But we may be small, we still need stabilizers. And especially we need stabilizers in two areas: protecting our reserves and safeguarding the integrity of our public service. Why do I say this? Because these are two critical elements that give us safety, security, assurance, and resources for the future. It's taken us decades to build up our foreign reserves. They are our oil in the ground. If you don't have a second key, and you happen to have a generous or profligate government, then one government can spend it all and bring you back to zero. Elections will become auctions, where the parties compete to be more generous than the other, offering what it can do to voters by raiding the bank, as happens in countries much richer than us. You look at Australia, when 10 years ago, under basically a conservative government, they built up a significant amount of reserves or surpluses. They set up pension fund for the future, and they said this is our sovereign wealth fund, and this is to make sure that in future you'll be provided for state pensions and so on. But then came elections, and both parties, whether in government or out of government, because of the dynamic of the situation, they had no choice. One side offers something, the other side offers more, and back and forth. It's an auction. Today, the funds for the future have disappeared. The country is in deficit. The commodities boom is over. The budgets cannot be settled. They have to cut back spending. It's extremely contentious. We are back where they were, all within 10 years. It can happen to Australia with all that wealth and resources. Think what can happen if it's Singapore. That's money. What about people? The whole of our excellence in government, competence, the performance of the country depends on the integrity and the ability of the individuals in the key posts in the public service. Judges, central bankers, the accountant general, the commissioner of police, the people who head our stat boards, who sit on our stat board, key stat boards, the people who manage our reserves. Once corrupt persons get into key positions, that's the end. It's not only the end because they take money and help themselves, because you can stop that and put them in jail. It's the end because they subvert and corrupt the system and make it impossible to root out the cancer, which then becomes entrenched throughout the system. The system is permanently broken. You look at other countries. President SBY, President Yudhoyono of Indonesia, used to lament publicly about the problem he had with what he called the judicial mafia. He doesn't mean the mafia on the streets. He means judges whom he could not trust for their integrity because they had become corrupt and they had become part of the problem. You look at other countries where the police are in cahoots with the crooks. And if you have a problem, you're not sure whether you should go to the police station or run away from the police station. Or you look at countries where those responsible for safeguarding state assets instead raid the bank. As the Malay proverb goes, pagar makan padi. You are the hedge, but you are eating the rice, which you are supposed to protect. To prevent this, or at least to make this harder, this system needs a second key. And the challenge is for us how to ensure this second key strengthens and stabilizes our system of government.
Join the change. From one Nigeria, the unity of the apple, to true federalism in the union of the orange.